Dark Nebula B26 is a place in space mentioned in Skyrider, being the hometown of Neoshocker's great leader. From this same galaxy, Dogma Kingdom emerges, a secret extremist organization that seeks to rule the Earth with their cyborgs, purging all those deemed unworthy of the utopia. In October 17th, they attack the U.S. base of an international space development program that had just created and modified human astronaut who can survive in outer space without a bulky external suit. His name was Kazuya Oki, Kamen Rider Super 1, only survivor of the base, that runs away to Japan to train martial arts and fight the invasors. Their officer, General Megala K. A Death Buffalo, is defeated at March 20, 1981, on episode 22, leading his boss, Emperor Terra Macro, to receive immortality baptism from the Dogma God as the form of Kaiser Crow to fight Super 1 personally on the following week. He succeeds in killing Kazuya's master and all the disciples of the Sakishin Shorinkan, while the only solution was to hit Macro's weak point and kill him. However, the crow that hid this weak point fled, revealing himself to be Martial Demon, the true boss of the renamed Jin Dogma, who begins in EP 24 of April 18th, to terrorize the country with his new minions, Vampiric Princess Yokai, Commander Onibi, Hypnotizer Dr. Ghost and Staff Officer Witch. 22 episodes later, Martial Demon runs out of patience and sends Satan Doll and Onibibimba to be killed by Super 1, who in EP 47 on September 26 performs Gold Ghost. In the last episode of the series, number 48, Kazuya had to face the monstrous form of Martial, Satan Snake, and eliminated him along with his Majoringa. Then the hero finally fulfills his childhood dream and ventures into outer space, leading to a new hiatus, although in January 1984, there was a special introducing ZX, the 10th Kamen Rider, who assembled all of his predecessors to face the Baden Empire. But as a TV series, the franchise only returned on October 4, 1987, when the criminal cult Gorgum's creation god chose worthy candidates to implant Holy Kingstons as his century kings. Aiming racial superiority over humanity, the high priests Darum, Baraom and Bisham operated the brothers Kotaro and Nobuhiko, when only the first one manages to escape and opposes them as Black Sun, or as we know, Kamen Rider Black. In February 7, 1988, Bilgenia, a powerful yet rebellious swordsman, is released, deciding to take down the hero on his own terms to steal his Kingston. In EP 34 of June 5, he is defeated by Black Sun after stole Creation King's sword, during an attempt to awaken Shadow Moon. That one would be Nobuhiko, the brainwashed Kotaro's brother who starts to act in the following EP as the long-awaited successor to the Gorgum. 10 weeks later, on EP 45, High Priestess loses her Stone of Earth powers, becoming a pterosaur mutant and being killed by Black Sun. Next episode it's Baraom turn, that loses the Stone of Ocean and assumes a saber-toothed tiger form to eliminate Kamen Rider Black alongside a whale mutant, but the villain dies because his mutant doesn't want to see the ocean being contaminated by the Gorgum and decides to betray them. In episode 47 of September 4, 1988, the Creation King is at the end of his life, and forces the destined battle between Kotaro and Nobuhiko, and unfortunately the hero is defeated, leading everyone in the country to flee before the Gorgum dominate everything. With Black seriously injured, the whale mutant takes him to the bottom of the sea where he manages to heal him in time to return and, 2 EPS later, destroys Daraom in his trilobite form when he loses the Stone of Heaven. In the penultimate episode, on October 2nd, Shadow Moon tries to kill Kotaro once again, however, the one who doesn't survive this time is the mutant whale, leaving the heroes lost to protect the seas. In the next week, Black Sun has no other choice but to defeat his brother bitterly, just for the Creation King try to force him to take the throne, threaten to throw himself in Earth's core to blow the whole planet if Kotaro doesn't obey him. The hero finishes it before this happens, and when he returns home he realizes that there is no one left waiting for him, so the boy attempts to create a new peaceful life as a helicopter pilot in the Sahara family. However, in October 23rd, he is captured by Crisis Empire, an alien race whose planet is being sucked into a black hole, so they want to take Earth for themselves and offer Kotaro a place to join them. After refusing, he was thrown into space where the sun's radiation mutated his Kingston and he evolves him into Kamen Rider Black RX. Already in 1989, Marabaran, the intelligence staff officer, accidentally kills the Crisis Emperor's cloned daughter, and decides to fix her mistake by abducting the Sahara daughter Hitomi as her replacement in February 5th. Kotaro pursues them until the Demon World, where a new form, Robo Rider, is awakened by his sadness, while he also meets his faithful cyborg companion Joe the Haze. In episode 17, of February 26th, Hitomi is fully transformed into Princess Garonia, then Black RX had to figure out a way to resurrect her memories and save her, in a process that overflows all his anger and gives him access to yet another form, the Bio Rider. After saving the day, 5 episodes pass, and on April 2nd, Crisis revives Shadow Moon to take revenge on his brother, an event that shook Kotaro. Fortunately, when RX defeats the villain this time, a remnant of Nobuhiko appears, who sacrifices himself to save children who had been taken hostage, and finally dies with his soul freed in May 7th, episode 27. Next week, Grand Lord Crisis sends the Inspector Dasmader to help his team, even though the others hate his arrogance and way he does his job. 3 months later, in EP 41, riders assembled in Arizona desert after fight against the secret fort the Crisis Empire spread throughout the world. While this, in Japan, RX kills Crisis first captain, Gedorian. However, the following week he is seriously injured after the Gate Zone suicide attack. It is then that the 10 riders arrive from the U.S. and heal Kotaro, each introducing themselves to him, as helping Wit HTHE defeat D of Naval Commander Bosgan in EP 44 of September 3rd. 2 EPs later, General Jark is forcefully transformed by Crisis into a stronger warrior called Jark Midler to murder the Sahara Parentes, while Marabaran discovers that Dasmader is somewhat a puppet of Grand Lord Crisis and a host or second body. In the last episode, on September 24th, after Jark's death, the High Lord reveals his true form, an ugly alien head linked to his planet Lifeforce, that is fortunately destroyed by 11 riders team up. With that, I end this trio of videos about the Showa riders, even though they would return with a few films, but definitely only in 2000, when they reached the soap opera style, and you couldn't miss any episode. In the 70s, 80s and 90s, there were few Kamen Rider series, if we compare it to the old Super Sentai, because with so many hiatuses, the franchise had its space filled by the Metal Hero franchise. That's why in my next video, I'll be bringing a summary of this entire franchise. I hope you liked it, leave your like, and yarn.